Good evening. You're listening to Adrenaline Radio. This is 1680 AM on your dial. I'm Fred Blanchard, host of Adrenaline Motorsports. And it's a beautiful day here in Southern California. In fact, so beautiful, we're seeing car shows in the local neighborhoods. One in particular very close here in the area that the station is located in, Whittier, California. We had the privilege of driving by as they were setting up at the Ruby's Diner down here in Whitwood Mall, down here in Whittier Boulevard. And a perfect evening for that. It's really a neat deal. And that's only one of several. As you know, Father's Day is this weekend. And there's going to be a large event starting today. First of all, it's at the Pomona Fairplex. You've got the Father's Day LA Roadster Club show there at the Fairplex. A multitude of cars coming from all over the country. They come and visit every year. You'll probably find several hundred beautiful, beautiful street rods. All early vintage, but all roadsters, and just a wonderful experience. If you've not had a chance to go out to the Fairplex and have a look at street rods at their finest, and these fellas drive in at least a week ahead of time, and they visit all the shops in town, such as the Cam Grinders, Eskandarian Racing Cams as an example. They'll go to Art Christman's out there in Anaheim. He's an engine builder, car builder, and he has open house during some of these events, usually on Wednesday nights, to kind of have all the street rod guys come by. But this weekend's a biggie for street rods, and LA Roadster Club included. They display not only roadsters, they have, in fact, for the SCTA events at the El Mirage Dry Lake, they have several cars there on display, and a lot of good information. In fact, that's a good place if you have interest in anything of that nature, to go out there and talk to the guys and find out how you can go as fast as your little heart desires by joining one of the clubs out there. And but they've got some information there at the LA Roadster Show. Again, this weekend, which is held today. The swap meet is held today. They have a 2-day swap meet, and there's a multitude of things up there available that is real cool for the street rodders, and all kinds of parts. I mean, I've seen complete cars, part-of cars, frames, trailers, just about anything you can imagine. And I've seen complete running engines. The guy's got a car stand there with a battery and a little gas tank and the whole thing, and they'll fire the motor up for you. Really a neat display out there. There's a lot of guys doing things of that nature. But in the inside, underneath the canopies that they have there, a lot of your vendors are there. That's really something to see. If you want to buy a real cool street rod T-shirt or a shirt itself, you'll certainly find it there. And any paraphernalia, the Roadster Club hats and things of that nature. A lot of car parts, brand new, engines, all types of things there at the LA Roadster Show this weekend. But the swap meet is one of the coolest parts of the deal. And the LA Roadster Club itself goes into great effort to make this program a good event every year. They've been doing it for quite a few years, but it's one of the things that you may want to visit this weekend. And the other thing that you probably may want to review is, again, I'm going to toot the horn here of the radio station. The radio station, Adrenaline Radio, Advice Radio, is going to have a booth set up at the Home and Garden Show at the Los Angeles Convention Center. You can come up and visit our booth, and we're going to have of course, something very close to my heart, our Lakester. We're going to display our Bonneville Lakester there. And fortunately enough, I'm going to bring our driver up there so he can answer questions as to what it takes to do a thing like this. But this is all going to be found at the LA Convention Center this coming week, which is the 26th and the 27th of June, which is the end of the month. and you're going to see a lot of neat things. But for you guys, if you want to talk shop and talk about cars and stuff, well, at least we'll have ours there, and you can talk to us until we're hoarse. So that's kind of what you want to do. So those are two of the major events that are happening here coming up these next few weeks. But don't forget, it's the season for the car shows, and if you want to have something to do on Father's Day, again, head on out to the Fairplex, and you'll probably pretty much have a good day, and check out what's out there for sale. Bargains galore, plus a lot of neat new stuff inside the facility, and a lot of cars to see, and you'll walk your legs off, I'm sure. Be sure and take an umbrella. And that's the plus for the events that I'm aware of. And one of the other things that I found out, I actually have a listening audience out there, so I thought I'd bring that out. I found out that one of some friends of ours, of my daughter's anyhow, have friends who have a rock band, and I found out that one of those young men out there are really into cars and things, and he's listened to the show, so at least I know about him. And then the other thing I found out, talking to my good buddy Steve Montrelli, he told me about another listener that I have, and I want to give a shout out to Frank Shea. Frank Shea, appreciate you listening, you and your family. I found it was really neat talking to you when I finally found out where you were at 3,500 miles away from here. But you get on to us on the internet, which I think is a real cool deal. And I wanted to just kind of talk about what you do. And I got to tell you, for a group of guys that got together like you and your buds to build some cars and go around to the local drag strips and kind of package yourselves for a bought-in show and go out there and have a good time with your blown alcohol dragsters, I think that's a way cool deal, and very cool to even run an engine like I have in my car, which is an Arius engine. But you got the real hot rod there. You got the Arius 8.3 liter, which I think is way cool as well. And I just want to say thanks for your listening and the fact that I got a chance to talk to you. And again, I appreciate you and your family listening, and continue on. And I hope I don't bore you folks to death here on this deal. The other thing I'd like to talk about a little bit, of course, is kind of the things that relate to this street rod event here that's coming up this weekend. Again, the Father's Day event. One of the things I learned about these guys is that it's not just a local deal that the LA Roadster Show puts on. They what goes on there is that you got cars driving in from all over. I mean, I've met a bunch of guys. About 11 cars cruised in a year ago from Texas, and they caravanned all the way to town here and took a tour of a lot of the different interesting shops, basically, like I mentioned before, Art Chrisman's shop, and then you had the Kugel shop that builds components for a lot of these early cars. But they just made the rounds. I mean, they were pretty much visiting each place and giving the tour, and we would really like to have them come by next year if you want to have a chance to come by the Arius plant and look at some of the street rod engines that they make there at Nick Arias Jr. Racing Components. There's a deal if you're very interested in seeing something different and unique. We can talk a little bit about that if you get a chance to come to town next time and want to stop by and visit.